Look, I think sometimes it's not what you know about the chemical, but you have to understand how termites work. And understanding different building techniques is very important, whether it be a brick veneer home, whether it be a full brick, or whether it be even a basalt block constructed building, whether it be a raft slab, an infill slab, or whether it's on bearers and joists. And certainly we've done homes that are full brick construction, but yet the termites have made it upstairs into the roof line because there's a broken roof tile or two. The water's running down the roofing timbers, finds its cavity on the external walls of the building, runs down that brick cavity. The termites find that moisture, because the bricks are porous, they retain the moisture and the way they go. So if that moisture is continually running down there on a frequent basis, it might be a leaking bathroom upstairs. A classic example, we did a job about 6 months ago at West Pennant Hills, 3 stories high. The termites were in the 3rd floor. Okay, they found their way up the hole from the bottom in an enclosed veranda which was bricked in, timber formwork left in place, and we could see the termites there even before we opened up a hole to get in there. But yet the termites were in the cavity sliding door abutting the bathroom 3rd story high. So they're pretty keen. If you're going to build a house, a lot of people go, well, I'm going to build a steel frame. Well, I go, look, the steel frame doesn't necessarily protect you from termites. It's all about what you do at time of construction. There's certain things you can do to minimise your risk. And if you're building on a raft slab, which is a traditional concrete construction these days, you can put Termimesh in, you can put granite guard, or even better still, leave the edge beam exposed, which is your physical barrier. For termites to get in, they've got to build their mud shelter tubes up the outside edge, scavenge the mortar out, and get into your brickwork that way, into your bottom plate, and away they go. But I suppose if everyone had the choice, you'd probably build full brick, but sometimes housing, especially with project builders, is cost prohibitive. They're naturally going to do things the most economical way and the quickest way, but not necessarily what we as pest controllers think is the best way. Apart from buying your property, the maintenance issue is a great influencing factor on what people do around the house, and it's termites and the damage that they do and the problems they cause aren't one of those finances that are factored into owning a property. And certainly, every termite job is different. People go, well, look, how much is it going to cost? Well, and this is even over the phone. Well, it's a bit like the doctor trying to examine someone. You don't know until you cut him open. And that's the same with us. We get to a property, we cut open the property in a sense that we do an invasive inspection to see where the real problems are. And people sometimes assume because they've got a problem in this room, that's where the termites are getting through. Well, that's far from it. You could have an entry point 3 or 4 metres away from there, but they're travelling along the bottom plate, and it's just that they've appeared at that spot. So you need to be smart enough to work your way around that. Now, we had a job out at Darryl about 03, and brand new home, 2 years old. Big property on acreage, 26 entry points, 180 linear metres around the house. And luckily the clients hadn't done any landscaping. All they did was backfill their sand and soil, no concrete paths, no paving. They set it idle because they were trying to work out what they were going to do with their landscaping because it was an acreage. And we lowered all their soil levels for them. It took us 9 days to do that job. Yeah, from way to go. By the time we lowered all the soil levels, treated it, and we found 26 entry points. So we used a permanent marker on their brickwork, on their render, and those markers are still there today, and never had a problem since. Yeah. So it's not about the chemicals. It's about how you do things whilst you're applying that chemical as well. Again, it gets back to understanding building techniques because every property is different. You need to structure this problem associated to this property, and not have a blanket one fix all system, because they don't work. What works on one property doesn't work on the next. And certainly certain products we favour. We certainly favour the non-solvent based chemicals these days. One from our point of view, because we're dealing with them all day every day. Secondly is the customer's point of view, because last thing they want to do is be moving out for a day or two because they've got a solvent smell through the property. And number 3, they have a tendency to work a lot better as well. So they're obviously a little bit dearer to use, but at the end of the day, it's a very small portion of the cost of the property itself.